What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have Bleachers. Yes, indeed. How about that? Bleachers making their debut on the channel. This comes as a request from JFK, and this is actually one of JFK's 3 prioritized requests for the month of January for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, JFK. Hope you enjoy the show. JFK wanted to see me react to this song by Bleachers with Bruce Springsteen. So there's the rub right there. So it's Bleachers with Bruce Springsteen performing a song called Chinatown. Now, have I heard the song before? I don't think so. I don't believe I've heard this before. This does not sound familiar. Does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, okay, yeah, I have heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Bleachers, okay? And the video has 985,543 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Bleachers, Chinatown. Bleachers on the Roof, live at Electric Lady. Electric Lady Studios, yes indeed. Featuring Bruce Springsteen. So, is this a live performance? It says on the roof live at Electric Lady. We'll see. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
All right, there we go. I'm good. 1, 2, 3.
Backseat, honey pie. Know where your sadness like it's mine. Cause it's just good to have what's missing. It's just bad to be bad, to always be missing. But a girl like you could rip me out of my head. Black tears on your sheet, I want them in my bed. I'll take you out of the city, running right into the shadow. Cause I wanna find tomorrow. Yeah, I wanna find tomorrow with a girl like you, my Chinatown babe.
Is it me, or does this song like have a really strong 80s feel? Like, I could absolutely hear this song being used in like some 80s rom-com movie. I really could, like some romantic comedy. I could absolutely see this song being used. Is it me? Am I the only one? Or is there anybody else hearing this going, oh yeah, I can see this. I could absolutely see this. Yeah. Molly Ringwald trying to be romanced or whatever. Yeah, I could absolutely see this being used in some 80s rom-com. Absolutely. Let's keep going.
I wanna find tomorrow. Yeah, I wanna find tomorrow stoop, crying out the crazy. I'll take you out of the city, right into the shadow, because I wanna find tomorrow. Yeah, I wanna find tomorrow with you, baby. Give me that big red light. And please take the sadness out of Saturday night, 'cause that's just good to have what was missing. We were bad to be bad, to always be missing. But a girl like you rip me out of my head, like tears on your cheek. I want them in my bed. I'll take you out of the city, right into the shadows, 'cause I wanna find tomorrow. Yeah, I wanna find tomorrow with a girl like you, my Chinatown baby, sitting on the front stoop, crying out the crazy. I'll take you out of the city, only right into the shadows, 'cause I wanna find tomorrow. Yeah, I wanna find tomorrow with you, baby. I wanna run, I wanna run. I like to change, to be feeling. I wanna run, I wanna run. I wanna run by tomorrow, baby.
I've been making some observations. Can't help but notice that when they're singing, they're moving all over the place. And I love seeing movement in motion when people are performing live. But here's the thing, if you're performing live and this microphone here, and you see it's plugged in, so that's a dead giveaway that it's actually working, right? No, it's not. You can take a microphone and plug it into a cord and have the cord run into a lunchbox. You don't know where that cord's really going. But here's the thing. He's singing, and he's moving his mouth away from the mic. And yet there's no change in the vocals at all. I've been watching very intently because I'm like, that's going to be the biggest dead giveaway. Is this guy's moving around, and he moves away from the mic. You know, I've done this demonstration before. I need a prop. Okay, we'll use this, sure. So here's your mic, right? Okay, here's the mic. Here you are in front of it. Now, you turn your head away from the mic, what's going to happen? It's going to get softer. It's not going to pick up the sound as well, right? You move this far away from the mic, and it's going to be even bigger difference. But yet, every time he moves his head away from the mic, there's no difference. Nothing happens. It sounds just as strong as when he's right on top of it. So, is this actually really live?
What the hell's going on tonight?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Same thing with the guitar. You got these microphones. 2 of them. 2 mics. Set up in front of an acoustic guitar. And yet every time he turns away and he continues to play, there's no difference in the guitar from a dynamic standpoint. There's no difference whatsoever. So that leads me to believe this is not really live. They're putting on it, they may be playing live to each other for the purpose of shooting this video, but the audio that we're hearing it's clearly not live. So, you know, like I said, for the sake of shooting the video, they're probably playing live to each other so they can actually all hear each other, and that's fine. But is what we're hearing live? No. Clearly not. Clearly not. Let's keep going. good. It was good. I wish bands wouldn't do that. I wish they wouldn't say playing live. I mean, or, you know, it's live, you know, it's not live. It's not. Ugh, I hate it when bands do that. Anyway, let me think about it. Let me gather my thoughts, and I'll see you in the review. We'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Bleachers with Bruce Springsteen with a song called Chinatown. This was a request from JFK, and this was actually one of JFK's 3 prioritized requests for the month of January for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, JFK. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. Okay, I had to think about this. And I had to do my best to keep things in perspective, okay? And I have a score here, and I do feel this is a fair score. So, I'll explain how I came to this score, I promise. And I also promise that once you hear my explanation as to how I came to this score, it's going to make sense, okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that a 7.4. Yep, 7.4. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, let's just deal with the elephant in the room. Let's just get it out there, okay? Was this recording that we heard live? No, it was not live, okay? What we saw was them playing live to each other. We saw that, okay? Were they playing with each other in a live setting? Yes, they were, okay? The audio was clearly post-production. It was clearly a pre-recorded track that was slapped on top of a bunch of live footage. It was very obvious. Not just from the lead singer, but from Bruce, from everybody in the band. There were moments where you saw them playing, or you saw them playing, or you saw them singing, or whatever, and it just did not add up. I'm sorry, but when you have an individual who is singing here, like this, mic right in front, and then they turn away like this, and there's absolutely no difference whatsoever in the vocals, I'm sorry, that is clearly not live. There is no possible way. So, let's just get that out of the way. Was this actually live? What we heard live? No, it was not. Let's get that out of the way. Now, we've got that out of the way. Let's move on to the song. Let's move on to the actual song itself. It was a really good song, okay? It was. This song reeked of 80s. It absolutely did. I could absolutely see this song being used in some romantic comedy from the 1980s without question. It had all the same feels, all the same movements, all the same tones, the same instrumentations. I mean, this absolutely screamed 80s. Now, is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's not a bad thing whatsoever, especially since they did it so well. They pulled it off exceedingly well. I could have very easily have seen this being done in the 80s, and I would absolutely believe it. Like, if I had not seen this and I just heard it, I would have sworn this was from like 84 or 85. I could absolutely believe that without question. Now, the addition of Bruce Springsteen, did that add to the song in any way, shape, or form? Honestly, I don't think it did. I don't think having Bruce in this added anything to the song from a sonic standpoint. Lyrically, all of his vocals were way in the back, like almost like an afterthought. He didn't really add anything of value to the song other than one word: credibility. The fact that you had Bruce Springsteen out there with the Bleachers adds instant credibility to Bleachers. It really does, because Bruce freaking Springsteen is playing with them, and obviously did a recording with them. So that's instant credibility. Necessary? Depends on your point of view. For the sake of the song? No. For the sake of Bleachers themselves? Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, it doesn't hurt to have the boss sit in with you on a song and then appear in your music video. Doesn't hurt whatsoever. It can only boost your ratings. As far as the songwriting goes, like I said, it is very 80s sounding, but still a well-constructed song. Everything made sense. Everything built. You had the first verse with the guy, the lead vocalist, down low. In the next verse, he came up. In the choruses, he stayed up. Except for the first verse. The first chorus, he didn't. So the first verse and first chorus, he stayed down low. Second verse, second chorus, he came up and stayed up. And then on the third, he stayed up as well. That was nice. That was a good build from a vocal standpoint. Instrumentationally, you had some good instruments up there. Keyboard, very keyboard friendly, very keyboard, I wouldn't say heavy, but keyboard was definitely prominent. The use of that xylophone, I believe it. No, it wasn't a xylophone. It was too small. My guess is that's a glockenspiel. Very nice, very nicely done. The drummer using the brushes, I think that was one of the biggest highlights for me. You don't see too many drummers use those in upbeat or in more upbeat songs. They usually go with either sticks or they go with the Raton bundled sticks, which are nice too. But seeing actual brushes being used, that was nice. That was a nice touch. I also like it when drummers don't use anything. They just use their hands. It's amazing how many drummers don't know that. You could use your hands, or they're terrified. I don't want anybody using their hands on my cymbals because the acid from the skin, from the oil from the skin, you know, rots away at the lacquer finish of the cymbals and whatnot, or the polish. And I'm sitting there going, are you kidding me? I know so many drummers who use open hands and they hit their cymbals with their hands. And they play I've seen guys play their entire kit with just hands. I actually went to a jazz concert where it was a tenor sax, a trombone, piano, bass, and drums. It was a 5-piece. And the drummer, the entire concert, never picked up a set of drumsticks. He either used brushes or used his bare hands the entire show. And let me tell you, it sounded cool. So seeing a drummer using those brushes instead of sticks, that was a nice touch. It was a really nice touch. I don't know if it sounded like he was using brushes on the recording too. It sounded like brushes, so that was pretty good. Now look, overall, the song itself was a really good song, okay? I really have no complaint about the song whatsoever. That's why I'm giving it the 7.4. I'm not really taking the video into account. I never really have taken videos themselves into account unless it's an actual live performance. And like I said, this was not a live performance. Were they playing live? Yes. Did we hear live? No. That was obviously post-production. It was a studio recording over a live performance. So I'm not really taking the video into account at that point. I'm hearing studio, I'm going to judge it based on studio. And because I'm judging it based on studio, it's getting the 7.4. 7.4 is where we're at. 7.4 is where we're going to stay. So, 7.4, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you did enjoy the show, and you would like to see more videos like this, feel free to join the fan base by clicking on that button down there. Yeah, you know the button I'm talking about. Click on that button, join the fan base, and become one of us. Now, for whatever reason, if you don't feel like clicking on that button, that's okay. I still respect you. Also, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. It'll do me a world of good, and it will do you absolutely no harm whatsoever. Finally, if you guys do join the fan base, you will find a bell down there that you can click on. By clicking on that bell, it'll keep you up to date on everything happening with this channel, including when new content gets dropped. So, if you want to stay in the know, click on the bell, and you'll stay in the know. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.